Greetings, folks, from Keen's campaign headquarters. Look, quick update in relation to my posters. I gave the people who stole my posters until 6:30 yesterday to come back to me with my posters, and there wouldn't be one more word about it, but they failed to show up. So I left them for a few more hours, and then at 9 o'clock I made a formal complaint to An Garda Síochána, who have now put it up on the Pulse number, and it's going to be investigated. But I will tell you one thing. Whatever person or persons that were involved with stealing my posters, Michelle Keen's posters for her election campaign, will be brought to the attention out of public interest now, because people have contacted me and they said they're raging that people could do this to a woman, you know, going as an independent candidate in Kerry, who's financing her own campaign. This is shocking. We have reached an all-time low for this to happen in our society, but I will keep you updated. Look, folks, I keep saying that this general election is probably going to be the most important election for Ireland for the next 30 years. Look, when you think about Ireland's population, it will grow from 5 million to 6 million people in 10 years' time. And in 50 years' time, you know, if the current trend keeps abating, it will continue to grow to 7 million people living in this tiny little island. Look, we really now need to stand back and take a good look at the politicians that are running in Kerry and who you, the great people of Kerry, are going to vote for. Well, look, we need politicians like myself who are workers, who have vision, who come from an entrepreneurial business background, who can get shit done, and, you know, who are full of energy. I've buckets of energy and I'm all action. Look, the Dáil, as we know, is currently full of teachers. I have nothing wrong with teachers. I think they're amazing for what the work they do in the classrooms, teaching our great children. But look, they might be great in the classroom, but, you know, we now have had enough of teachers in Dáil Éireann, and we need people with business backgrounds, right? And people from the private sector to make Ireland great again. Look, we need to, as we all know, unseat the likes of Norma Foley here in Kerry, before our children are destroyed by the woke ideology nonsense that Norma Foley has brought into our classrooms. Look, Norma Foley thinks it's okay to teach our children at 13 years of age that it's okay for them to change their gender from a boy to a girl, or from a girl to a boy, or to anything for that matter. Look, Norma Foley lied to Grip Media when she said that the curriculum was introduced by enormous consultation, she said, and that many of the management bodies, both religious, have all endorsed the new programme. Well, we know for a fact that this is a blatant lie from Norma Foley, because we saw Bishop Alphonsus publicly coming out from Lismore in Waterford to say that the church had not backed it, neither had the Department of Education. Look, I myself went into O'Mahony's bookshop in Tralee yesterday while I was out canvassing on the campaign trail to buy the books that Norma Foley is teaching our children in the classroom. Look, I was told by a lovely assistant in there that I couldn't buy the books, that only the school could buy them. I said, can you give me a list of the books so I can buy them, you know? They said no, they had no list. Yet, when I looked, the whole place behind the sales assistant was stocked with school books. So look now, if this isn't an alarm bell now for parents, right? We need to wake up and see what's happening in our schools. The books are being supplied by the school, and the children are not allowed to bring the books home. And now Norma Foley has spent €9 million on phone pouches so kids can't take photos or recording of the trash and the nonsense, and teaching our children about fisting, rimming, and that porn is acceptable. We know that Norma Foley, I believe, misled the Dáil about a meeting with an executive of a company that manufactures the phone pouches for the school. We know through the Freedom of Information that in November, the Department of Education told Yonder, they're the crowd, the manufacturers of the pouches, that it would be in touch to arrange a meeting with Minister Foley. However, Norma Foley has lied again and said that this meeting never took place. Look, will somebody tell me, how does Norma Foley think that she's going to get elected in Kerry? You know, giving €9 million for phone pouches, and Kerry mothers fighting to get school places for their children with additional needs. You know, we haven't enough of teachers, we haven't enough of SNAs, we haven't enough of resource teachers to teach our kids. And look, wouldn't €9 million be better off spent recruiting back our great Irish teachers that we have exported abroad to places like Dubai and USA and Sydney? But as like the Kerry Goldad says, sure don't we export all our best stuff? Look, I also believe when the concerned elderly people, do you remember there was a video on YouTube going around of Father Sheehy with a group of very well respected local people who from Kerry and from all over the country that went into her office, to Norma Foley's office, and what did they do? Norma Foley's office, I believe, they contacted the guards. These concerned elderly people were verbally standing up for our children's future and education in Ireland. And the best that Norma Foley's office could do was call the guards. The guards had to be called. This is a joke. People now in Kerry need to wake up. Even a blind man can see that Fianna Fáil now are promoting Linda Gordon Kelleher above Norma Foley. You couldn't drive 100 yards down the road and see there's a photo of Linda and Micheál, that traitor Martin. But look, I noticed there isn't any photos of Norma and Micheál themselves up. Look, what's going on in Fianna Fáil and Kerry? There appears to be a big heave now to unseat Norma and vote Linda in. But I'd say the even bigger heave is to unseat Norma Foley and vote me, Michelle Keane, in. Look, when you see that this failed Irish cobbled together government that were given the road there on Friday have given €50 million to the body responsible for censoring Irish citizens online, and only €10 million to the body protecting Ireland from cyber attacks. If that doesn't say it all about the state's priorities, I don't know what does. Look, we also see there on Radio Kerry, or Radio Kilgarvan as I call it, on the John Downing's call from the Dáil last week when he predicted 2 days ago that he wouldn't rule out surprises in Kerry, while Jerry O'Sullivan said that breakthrough was too far behind for the likes of me, Michelle Keane, running as an independent candidate. Look, and again we see, you know, Jerry, you know, Sullivan in Kerry Radio endorsing Michael Healy-Rae and Danny Healy-Rae. Look, we all know that Michael Healy-Rae and Danny Healy-Rae are going to take 2 seats in Kerry. But look, folks, will you please come out and give me number 1 this time, because these 2 boys are going to get in anyway, and I really want to help the people of Kerry. And look, you know, I feel I have the energy, I have the enthusiasm, you know, I have the best interests at heart for our children and for our future. So look, I'm Michelle Keane and keen on my country and county, and I'm asking ye, the great people of Kerry, to come out now and unseat the Norma Foleys, unseat the Danny Healy-Raes, unseat the Michael Healy-Raes, unseat the Pa Daly's, and vote number 1 for me, Michelle Keane. Gura Mila Mahagif.